then it was this investigation of the DP, where the DP was found at that house. And immediately we said, we investigated, we said, no, the DP must stand back while we investigate this matter. We then brought in Liam. And then it seems there was a problem. And now EFF wants our position. Now they want to give us another position. I'm just playing open cards with you guys of what's happening. So they want to give us another position, but EFF wants our position. We've sacrificed the first time our position for the sake of the unity. Now, and the investigators has interviewed DP. They've interviewed his witnesses. They've interviewed the journalist that he said was there. They've interviewed, I think they've interviewed other people there. So that investigation is nearly done. I'm going to hear this week. I'm sure we'll get an answer this week regarding the DP. But as you know, okay, sorry guys, I'm back. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there. And so the investigators has interviewed the DP and everybody else. So we're just waiting for the results. Now, people were saying, I'm telling you two stories in 1 year. People were saying that, what's happening now with the case of the DP? Why are you said in 30 days? I'm not the one investigating this matter. I told you who's investigating it. We must wait because we can't interfere during the investigation. We can't interfere because if we interfere, then you're going to go like, they're interfering. He's interfering again. He's interfering again. So we didn't want to do that. So we are waiting. Now as PA members, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the gallery. I'm talking to PA members. And I'm talking to PA members. So you know that they've interviewed the witnesses. They are going to, they've interviewed the witnesses. And they will give us a report soon. That's the matter of the DP. As far as the city of Joburg is concerned, now all of a sudden, this ANC is playing games with us. Now we must take something else. EFF wants our position. So tomorrow evening we'll tell you the decision that the Patriotic Alliance is going to take. But we cannot say ons Baizani than Baizans. So just know that tomorrow evening you will know which decision the PA is taking. I'll start with that tomorrow evening. So I'm mentioning this thing so that PA members, not ex or people that know so much about the PA, I'm talking to PA members here so that you know what happens in your party. So now you know what's happening. All of a sudden they got an interest. What's happening with the DP's issue? Come on. You now know. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to PA members because at the end of the day, we only have us. So I told you about DP. I told you about the issue of tomorrow evening. We'll tell you what is our line of action that we are going to take as the Patriotic Alliance. Now you know what is happening, what action we're going to take. You will know first. We're not going to call a press conference. All right, that's the first two issues I wanted to share with you is PA members. Then the third issue I want to make you aware of is that Daily Maverick is the worst, let me tell you. But they're not the only ones. Report, Daily Maverick, all these are DA newspapers. Let me tell you, make no mistake. News 24 gave the DA money to compete against us. They gave money to them during the election. Come, where's the ethics in that? But because certain people will never be asked, where's the ethics in a newspaper that must objectively write about politicians giving? You can't give somebody money now and then you know, I tell you a story. I think one of a guy that was very close to me in jail, very close to me. So my friend, so I said to him, just behave in prison so you can come out of prison and I'll give you a job. So I give him a job at a mine. I give him a job at a mine. So he works for 3 months, and he fell in love. So December, they're getting a bonus. So they get a bonus December. You must listen to what I'm saying to you. They're getting a bonus December. So then so I said to him, listen, man, I'm going to go on holiday with my kids. I bought you something that I think you would like. Where are you, my brother? So I go and see him. And I said to him, listen, man, I bought him a watch. I said, this is a watch for you for Christmas. As my friend. And just look after it. While we were standing there, he says he must drop him by his girlfriend's house. As I drop him by his girlfriend's house, his girlfriend is standing there, but it's dark. But I can see she's kissing a guy. So I go like, brah, is that not your girl? And she saw us. And she's like, oh, this is just my cousin. And he's gay. And this guy is acting all gay there, né? Hello. Acting all like, what you saying? Next moment, I'm like, aye, brah, this girl is making you stupid. He's like, gee, don't say my girl is making me stupid. I said, brah, what you mean? He's like, no, I love this woman. Bly uit my besigheid uit, asseblief. Asseblief. This is a cousin. Like every fool could see that girl wasn't his cousin. He's like, this is our blood. He's even saying, this is our blood cousin. This is our blood cousin. I'm like, brah. He's like, moenie vir my bra nie. Gaan G, you must rather go. Leave me. Moenie my huislewe kom omkrapie. Do not. I'm like, yo, the liefde. I'm like, hey, check. And I jump in my car and I'm driving. The next day, he comes to me. I said, brah, I want nothing to do with you. I'm leaving now. You're already on my way to the airport. I'm late. What do you want? I'm leaving the country. I want nothing to do with you. You saw me yesterday. He's like, I knew that wasn't a cousin, man. You don't understand, brah. My hele bonus was daar by haar gebeure. When I got the money at the mine, I drew out everything. And I gave her the bonus to keep there. So I can't fight with her at that moment because die hele bonus is daar by haar, my bro. Ek moes eers die bonus gepaitela. Ek moes eers die bonus gevat het. I had to take the bonus. So ek het die hele bonus wat I got all his bonus. I said, but why are you throwing all this money from the bank? He's like, hey bro, trust jy die boere op die bank. Ek said, jy was te lang in die tronk. He's got the whole 45,000 bonus he got in a bag. I'm like, bro, did you really go to the bank to draw the money? He says, yes. No, that woman, I don't trust her, bro. I knew, but yesterday I couldn't. I couldn't make a noise and he klaar my goedes gemors. When you said that guy was Wasn't a cousin. Ek dink, oh, my bonus. Ek dink net aan die bonus. Aan die geld wat ek gegee het. My broer, ek is 'n bandiet. Ek dink net aan die kroon, my broer. Die kroon, die kroon. Ek sê, what happened? He says, this morning, I'm like, baby, I want nothing to do with G. Let me go buy you a car with that money. Where did you put it? She's like, oh, baby, you're so sweet. Oh, my sweetie. Gayton is just bad news, you know. Wat sy die geld uit al te sê vir check. Say, lost mate. He took the bag and he left. Now, what's the moral of the story? When the newspapers give the DA money, they can't tomorrow write bad about the people that they helped put in power. Do you understand? Right. So I'm giving you all the politics that's in the air that you must know. I told you about the DP. I told you about city of Joburg, what is happening. Then I want to come to the issue of, you like stories. So, Operation Fetch My Bonus. En het tang moet die sana wa Murad. Are Buriana. Are Muradi. Are Operation Fetch My Bonus. So, yeah, the bonus, they lived. So, so you see, the media, they didn't make me. And they can't destroy us because they didn't make us. So every day you will read, like now they write Mckenzie hired this lady that I've never met, I don't know her. So there's many things, politics, you need to look at things deep. You need deep. And I agree with you guys. I told the DP, I said, you know, why don't they want him back there? So there's a lot of things that you must, when you read something, you're still going to read a lot of nonsense about us, that we are corrupt, or that we this, or that we this, you know. Then I want to talk about another issue which I think is becoming a big issue, where PA people are sitting on boards and PA people have jobs, and then it's like, oh, why is the... So PA people are not supposed to sit on a board. PA people are not supposed to have a job. When we hire people, we don't ask them, are you from the PA? So you see, that's how they criminalize our people. So you can't get a job. So, you know, they're starting something which we must take forward. They're gonna, because I now see there's a trend. Are you from the PA? Imagine, I don't know all the PA members. You know, I must now know 600,000 people by name. I'm not that smart. So I'm just saying to you, you mustn't feel guilty when you're from the PA and you got a job. You are a South African citizen. A South African citizen. A South African citizen. This country must give you a job. And you mustn't make them make you feel some kind of way. They can, you see, I follow the act. It's very frustrating for me, to be honest with you, sometimes the type of questions I get, but because of legislation, I have to answer them. I mean, ask corporate questions by a person can't even read numbers. But I've got to answer it. Because that's what's expected of me. They say, Gayton has done nothing since I'm a minister. I've taken a flight to South Korea to go and negotiate the live deal. It's here. You saw today's newspaper, the Sunday Times, wrote a very good article about F1. VAR. We've got sector representation. There's so many things that we've done. So the team, not even Gayton, the whole team. But they just can't. I'm like the only minister. Gayton, every day, every newspaper, Gayton. The people of the St. Oosterfees and all those other people, all the fiesta, I told them I'm going to give them money. But you see, when you're so used to being first in the line, it becomes difficult for you to wait like other people are waiting. Now you want to embarrass me in newspapers. You want to do those things. You're not the only people in South Africa. I did promise I'm going to help Ali Fiesta. But you see, when you're not used to, just wait. Now you think, you can't embarrass me with newspapers. I don't, listen, we get bad publicity every day. We even enjoy that. Every day it's just getting in the newspapers. I'm selling newspapers now. They must give me newsmaker of the century. Because everything, and I'll make you an example. Like, for instance, I write to the portfolio committee. I said, listen, I am taking a flight. I am leaving the country. I'm going to New Zealand. But I'm still coming there. May I leave at 3 o'clock? They said, yes. 3:30, I'm still there. 4:45, I then had to go. I said, then they write the next day, Gayton runs away. Run away for what? Oh, I ran away from what? Where to? So, PA people, you've shown them. That's why I love PA people. You'll slut. It's always the weeks of the by-election. You'll see the negative coverage goes up. It goes up. It's always the week of the by-election. It's always the week of the by-election. It goes, then the coverage goes up. Bad. But I am blessed to have people like the Patriots that knows how hard we work in the department. I can tell you now, politics is being played here. It's just a pity some members don't see, particularly members of the ANC, can't see politics being played in some of these things. So without Gayton, they're not going to be able to sell newspapers. We work very hard in that department. Stacey and them are working like crazy. Crazy. Marlies, we said she must go help Ivan. And Ting then said she's just going to come and volunteer. Garrett Brown. I saw, she just came to volunteer. She's not hired. She volunteered. She came and says, I'm going to volunteer. Every day. When she came there, she met hoe hakskoene gekom. Hoe hakskoentjies, die eerste twee dae. Ek hoor hoe skitterjare sy los van. Die hoe hakskoene gaat nou platskoene word. Dat was nie lankie. Toe sien ek, dis weer platskoentjies. Sy was a diehard. But what I'm trying to say to you is that the work is so much there. Stacey and Ntiki and Chet and them, it is, everybody's asking me for an interview. I don't give them these interviews. I'm only going to give one interview this week. I'm going to give it to Isaiah Carlson on his podcast. So he can interview and ask me anything. Because I've got a long list of people wanting interviews. I'm not going to give them. Because they want to talk about my work. If I want to talk about my work, write a mail to Stacey. But you want to talk about the PA and whatever, no. I'm going to be on a podcast. Watch out for it. Where they can ask me any question. But I wanted you guys to know that they don't hate me. They don't hate me. They hate the growth of the PA. They hate the growth of the PA. Never, you see, they will never tell you this. But it's the truth. PA doesn't pay for advertisement on Facebook. Go check the DA things. You know, it was this thing. I saw, I just laughed. I cracked up. The tears were coming out when I was laughing. There's some, I don't know, is he a radio DJ or a commentator on the radio that said, I'm not intimidated by Gayton Mckenzie. I'm like, what a weird thing to say. What a weird thing to say for a man. I'm not intimidated by this man. I think, oh, yeah, as a minister. Now, you know, it's a weird thing to say. I'm not intimidated by, who does that? Then the next, after a week, I forgot about it. I saw the radio station then paid Facebook to spread that thing that this man is not intimidated by me. I would walk past him now, I wouldn't even know him. I don't listen to, I don't even go to the show. They've invited me many times, according to my people. I don't go there. And I wouldn't go there. I don't need the media. And that's what irritating them about me. I don't want to give you guys interviews. I will tell you about sports things, arts, and culture. As far as PA and me is concerned, I talk to my people, and my people talk to me, and we talk to each other because I belong to them. I'm their person, they're my person. That is how it is in the PA. We are family. So politicians will force them for interviews and please come and interview me, come to my press conference. I've got this to say, I've got that. No, not me. I'm sorry. Not me. I'm sorry. I don't need the media. I want to make that very clear. You know, the plans that we have as the PA, we have done something that you don't understand. I want you to know what you've done. You've built a movement. And now, that movement is so big. You've built something so massive. Not me, us. And that's intimidating to these people. They never thought a time will come where we are standing like that. I can tell you now for a fact, we are taking the Western Cape. I can tell you for a fact, we are taking the Northern Cape. Most municipalities in the Western Cape and the Northern Cape, those two provinces, I'm talking about the most. Other provinces will win. But in the Western Cape and the Northern Cape, they've got war on their hands, let me tell you. And a war that we will not have coalitions there. So the Cape Metro, we are going to investigate everything. That's why they're trying to investigate me. They're coming with stories. There's some old woman digging up stuff, talking to people, threatening people, all those things. But the hond is lost in Knysna. The hond is lost in Knysna. In 90 days, we're going for elections. We're going for elections. Knysna is being put under administration. There's going to be elections. We will announce tomorrow who's going to be the mayor of Knysna. The hond is lost in Knysna. Nelson Mandela Bay, we're winning outright. City of Joburg, we must be a majority here. But what's going to happen in Knysna? The hond is freak lost. How many wards are there in Neisner again? Can somebody just help me? How many wards are there in Neisner? We're going to compete for all the wards. It's like with Ditsobotla. Same thing happened in Ditsobotla. Then Laki and Bakang. There was no presence of the PA in Ditsobotla. There was no presence of the PA in a place called Ditsobotla. They then said, let us go and work the press. I didn't even really take them much serious, I must tell you. They went there. When the election was done, we came out with 2 seats. Neisner is now challenging it and asking Minister and NCOP to intervene. Daar's niks om te intervene nie. Ons gat mekaar meet op die battlefield. There's 11 wards. PA will compete in all 11 wards. There's 11 wards. We're going to compete in all 11 wards. You've seen what's happening in Kokama. And I'm saying to you today, watch what's happening in Kokama. Some of these places will take over before 2026. All I'm asking you is gaan grond toe. I get very happy when I see people. I get very happy when I see people are on the ground. People are working. People are working. Then you still have time to complain. People are working for the Patriotic Alliance. Press, these people are ignoring me. Start your own thing there and work. Kry jou mense en gaan grond toe. You know, don't involve yourself in, be like Omsi. Omsi is everybody's friend. Omsi doesn't have time for nothing. He takes his pictures, he puts everybody in the movies, in his clips. He's doing everything. Omsi, when you say go work there, sometimes even taking his boys with him, he just work for the PA. Doesn't complain. When there's a problem, he fixes it. We need to be that type of a patriot. And most importantly, I just said we're going to announce the leadership that's going to lead us to 2026. Because as a leader, you must create leaders. It can't just be about Gayton or Kenny or Chanel or Mary or Shay. Can't be. We need to create leaders. We need to create leaders. A leader is not intimidated by other leaders. That's why we're going to announce the leadership that will take us there. There will be 15% that will remove before the time comes because jy weet mos hoe lyk dit. There's just some people, he can work very hard once he becomes a leader. Oh, it's like this. That position toer hom. Hy is nou sommer nou 'n ander mens. Die broek word nou hoog gesit. Gebruik nou extra nooit make-up gebruik jy nou. Dulux oral. As die positions wat so maak. Jy herken hulle nie eens. You know, we had a lady there that the SG in Mary was telling me, please come check this woman at the by-election, how hard she worked. That woman is a grondhond. A grondhond. This is many years ago. I think 2016. No, between 2014 and 2014, I think, or something. I said, no, we must make a councillor. Yo, when the woman was appointed, I didn't even recognize her. Even the people, the voters didn't recognize her on the polls, in the photo. Lekker lang hare, dik gedulaks, tik gedulaks. Kykie, ek sê vir, en nou wat gedaan? Sy sê, ek weet nie, en die goed is brandmeester kan slaap. Ek sê, sy kan met die make-up slaap, sy sê, dit is geweet nie. So what I'm saying to you is, wees net lekker, man. Don't let, when we now appoint you, in PA, we don't have elective conferences. We appoint you here. We appoint you in the PA. We are not like other parties here. Don't let the power we're giving you now make you feel like you can oppress our people. And you can't, let's say for instance, we appoint somebody in a position, but you respect me, but you don't respect that person, then you don't love the PA. And you as a PA member, there's no right to remove a member from WhatsApp. You must go offline and talk to that person like, nee man, dis die gedrag wat ons het by die PA nie. Because when you do that, and a PA person that comes to me and say to me, ek gaan maar vote vir die DA. Wyk. Because there's nothing. If you love the PA, there's nothing can separate you from the PA. This is all that we have. But you see, the main thing I want to talk to you about tonight is leadership, man. Some of you, your patience is thin. A leader must have patience. You know how many times I sit there and somebody says something like, somebody said to me once, what did I say? Pres, I need to ask you a question. Is it true Pres is now quiet because of the salary that Pres gets? In my mind, I was counting to 10. 1, 2, ek dink jare, vat die wiel. Vat net die wiel. Vat net die wiel. Want as ek nou vir rollers, haar ding sê, dat jy nog blauw rollers aan, vir my kom sê, Pres, dis. Very rudely. Dus ek vir, luister goeie so man, dis die waarheid die man. Hou op newspapers luister. En ek is bly. I spoke to her. Was not getting angry because she's still a PA today. So what I'm trying to say to you is that be patient. Be strict. Be patient. There's some people that's here just to use us. There's some people that's here to spy on us. There's some people that's here to cause division amongst us. Those people are not written here. So best respect everyone. Some of you so badly want positions that you, and I believe people must grow. I was speaking to Dwayne and leader Joera, and I said to them, you're not standing for councillors again. You've carried the PA, but you must grow. I don't want to see your names as a councillor, a ward councillor again. You must grow. You must grow. Those people were winning wards for us when it wasn't popular. Now imagine there's another election. Now, Joera must now stand again. And no, they must identify people and the party must do right by them to make them grow. And the same goes for many of you. You can't be a forever counselor. You can't be. Jy moet groei. But patience kills most of you. A leader needs patience. A leader needs patience. You have to possess patience. Because you've been elevated to lead people. You mustn't just the whole day with a smile, heel dag smile. You know, I'm not saying that. Julle ken vir my ook. I'll come on this live, sometimes it will be rook uit my oor uit. But you know, it is with love. When I fight with you, you can even feel like your president was gerasper. Sometimes you'll be like, and I say bye. I remember one day I was so angry with you guys. And somebody says, President is gesê het lief vir ons. It's because leadership is not just to be a doormat where people must run over you. Some of you want to be a counselor so badly, so the only way you see you can become a counselor is to badmouth the counselor. You must go to the counselor and say, nee, maar sekond, sê werkie man. Come, let me show you what you should do here. Die auntie says, kom ons gaan wys, kom ons maak hulle skam. Let's do this and let's work together. We are here to teach each other. Imagine, you know, people, they have this thing to say they will never die. I don't have that thing. I've seen too many people dying. To think I wouldn't die. But if God calls me, I want to be in heaven and look down, and this party must still be going strong. If somebody is a leader, leadership doesn't mean I'm better than you. Leadership does not mean I'm better than you. I'll make you an example of two people in parliament. Kimba. Kimba has been starting the party in Ekurhuleni with Logan and them. And Alistair and them. And he's seen people become councillors. He's seen people become MMCs. He's seen people go to things. But he's never had bad words to say about the party. He kept on working. He kept on working. Today, he's in parliament. Now imagine that patience of 10 years, a 10-year patience. He had 10 years of patience. Today he's in parliament. You know, Lorato was working at a bank. And there was a position we earmarked for her, and she left her job. And that position didn't open up for Lorato Matupa. And she went without a salary. She never blamed us. Today she's in parliament. We don't leave people behind. You know, Mary used to work at the municipality. And she decided she's going to vote for PA and work for PA. And then they treated her badly. And we lost. We lost after the elections. We lost badly that time. But when I got to Joburg, I realized that that woman is having hell there. I went back to go fetch her. So we will not forget you. But you got to have patience. If you look at the prophecy of this party and everything that has been prophesied has come true. Everything. The prophecy of the party said, 2025, the fight is going to start. The attacks is going to start. 2026, it will be the biggest attacks for the PA. It will be, what is the word they used? Die veldbrand gaan hoogtes ingaan. Maar niks is onmoontlik vir die Here nie. Ons gaan aan die ander kant uitkom. You know, we need to believe in each other as brothers and sisters. We need to believe in each other. You know, one day, because I want to understand, when a lot of Muslim people start joining the PA, I start reading the Quran. And I spoke to an imam one day, and he told me such a beautiful story. He said that Prophet Muhammad was looking down, let's just say it, looking sad, and he was sitting there, and the people that surround him, they said, Prophet, are you okay? He says, I miss my brothers and my sisters. And he said, they felt affronted. They said, aren't we your brothers and sisters? And he said, you are my friends. Because you see what I do here. My brothers and sisters, they believe without seeing. Yo, that story stayed with me. He said his brothers and sisters believed without seeing. And we should be each other's brothers and sisters. We might not have seen your goodness, but we must know your goodness exists. We must be there for each other. What you see here is a prophecy coming into fulfillment. The prophecy said the biggest year for the PA is 2026. And our reward will get in 2029. That's what the prophecy said. They said the biggest year, 2026, but your reward you'll get in 2029. Biblically, I'm not so strong to unravel that. I want to say to you that everything that has happened, and you know, I've been sharing, last year I told you this is going to be the year of the text. Look, they came for the DP, they're coming for me, they're coming for the leadership, all of those things. But I know one thing, before attack happens, elevation happens immediately after attack. Elevation comes after attack because God has to elevate you above the fire, above the problems. Elevation, you know, I'll make you an example with the election, I think it's last year, get this distress call. What happened? The call says, hey, you know, Dino is not a guy. Dino is the type of guy when there's a problem, he sort it out. But when it is a bit too much, he'll call me. So when Dino calls me, I know this problem is big. Dino calls me like, Press, we got a problem. I said, what? It says, the cops are looking for Kimba, for Ernest. And they said, I don't know, did he kill people or did he did a lot of crimes? And he was at that place and he did this, a lot of crimes they're accusing of. And I called Kimba. He said to me, Press, my child was born or something like that. That's not true. I said, I believe you. Don't worry, I'm here for you. Immediately after that, Kimba became a parliamentarian. You see, elevation cannot happen without struggle. You know what makes me different? And what makes me different is 2011, when I know so many people that killed themselves, when the global financial crisis, the GFC, started in 2007. But 2011, guys were just losing everything. People put a gun here too. And I would never have killed myself, no matter how bad it was. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because you see, there's purpose I had to find purpose in how I've suffered. It prepared me. My bad days prepared me for my good days. So for me, I wasn't put on the mountain like some people. I had to climb the mountain. Some people are just being put on the mountain, so when they are no longer on the mountain, they don't know how to react. So all that I'm saying to you guys is that love each other, respect each other, help each other. Where one fails, pick him up. Where one falters, don't go and gossip about it. Pick him or her up. I've been asked by people, what's happening next year when the prophecy says next year will be 20 times worse than this year? I said, all I know, this is a kingdom assignment. And the God I serve, the will of God will never take me to where the grace of God cannot protect me. I never asked Gimba 10 questions. I said, Gimba, what happened? What's happening here? He says, Prince, I'm innocent. I said, say no more, Swap. Go on. Don't worry. I'll take care of this. The same with Bruce Namarot. But I didn't go gossip about Gimba. I didn't go gossip about Bruce. But that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. I'm not perfect. My daughter asked me, Dad, are you famous? I said, why? Why are people taking pictures with you? I didn't know how to answer. Why are people taking pictures with you? I didn't know how to answer. But my validation does not come from people. It comes from God. My son sends me a message when they said I'm a racist. And he wanted me to do something for a African boy at his school. He says, Dad, can't you buy him something, please? And I said, no, we must do it. And I was telling him we must do it. He must even get him more stuff. And the next day, the thing that they say I'm a racist came out and all of those things. And my son called me. He called me many times, so he couldn't get a hold of me. So he then told his mom, I'm worried about Dad. I saw this thing on the internet. His mom said to him, let me tell you something about your father. His validation does not come from people. The reason why some of you are sad, the reason why you're heartbroken, the reason why some of you are dejected, the reason why you feel like people talk about you because your validation comes from people. My validation comes from God. If God says yes, no devil in hell can say no. So I don't get my validation from people, and you shouldn't either. Of course, people didn't like Mandela. There's some people didn't like Mandela. I love Mandela, but some people didn't like Mandela. Some people didn't like Oprah Winfrey. There's some people didn't like Jesus. Who the hell am I to expect all-round love if such greats are not loved by everyone? Who's Gayton Mckenzie? An ordinary man, expecting the type of love that not even Mandela and them can get. Because I don't get, it doesn't, today what happened was, I'm sitting in the airport in Dubai. Now, if you're a minister, they sit you down, they pick you up from the plane, you jump off the plane, and then they take you to the lounge, and then they tell you, we'll come fetch you when it is time for your plane to go. Someone does important call when they come to fetch me. But I'm on this call. And as I'm on this call, I didn't see the lady behind me that came to fetch me. And she was like, so I'm long on this call, but she didn't want to disturb me. Chinese lady, she didn't want to disturb me. So she needs to tell me, sorry, sir, you have to go, your flight is leaving. But I'm talking to you on the phone. And the next when I turn around, I see her, she's like, we're late. I'm like, oh, let's move. I'm like, bye, bye, bye. So we're moving. So she's like putting me on a golf cart. We are driving. We're driving. So I get to the gate. She's like, excuse me? She's like, we gotta go now, sir. Quickly. I just heard somebody said there, away press. It was Wayne and them. 3 Patriots. Ek sê, away massa kinders. I said, wait. So I take pictures with them. They were taking a selfie. I said, hey, what you guys doing here? I'm talking. Ek warnie your die. So as I'm walking, this couple is like, I can see this two couple. They wearing black t-shirts. I think Puma black t-shirts. And I can see like, hello, hello. And then I look at them. I'm like, how's it? So I said to them, can we take a picture? She says, yeah. Her husband says, I told you he'll take a picture with you. That made me feel so good. When the husband said to her, I told you he will take a picture. So I took a picture with him. Now, it's not about the picture. The moral of the story is that even if I'm in a hurry, I will never walk past a patriot that wants to just touch my hand or greet or have a discussion with me. I'll tell him I'm in a hurry, let's walk and talk. We must remain humble. You know, I am being led in the GNU by President Ramaphosa. He leads me. He leads me. People say, you're no longer taking Ramaphosa. Then I'll be stupid. I'll really be a stupid man. Because what he does wrong, he's put me in his cabinet to make sure I strengthen him. So I can take him one side, and I do. I go and talk to him and say, President, I think you're a paisa hier. Ons paisa hier, President. And he'll tell me, no, jy paisa. And he'll tell me, but I'm not going to be trying to impress people now, a man that has appointed me. We will meet each other at the polls, me and the President Ramaphosa. But for now, I'm going to submit to his leadership because I'm a leader. You can't lead if you can't submit. You must learn that. Some of you think you are anointed to lead the PA. You know, God has told me in many prayers, because one must think about succession. He said, 2026 shall show you, the NEC, who must lead this party after you. You will see by their work for this party. So I have a son. I've got sons. I've got boys. I'm not saying, hey, you must now take over the PA. For what? Am I mad? No. No. Not to be. No, no, no. We are all that we have. And if you want to see why are we fighting, you will see next year. The tree will have fruits. So we're going to announce provincial structures. We're going to announce the youth structures. We're going to announce the women's structures. And those people, you must submit to them. Here's your president. I'm submitting to a president of another party. Because I understand hierarchy. I understand seasons. You see, once you will be the most unhappiest person if you don't understand seasons. Seasons is the one thing you must understand in life if you want to go far. Seasons, you need to understand. Seasons are seasonal. It's your season today. Tomorrow is my season. It's this season. Tomorrow is my season. Your season. The fact that the season shows God is willing, able, and is still alive. Your time will come. There's some people that has not gotten a job at the PA, not 1 cent from the PA, has never been helped by the PA. But they understand the season is still to come. The season is still to come. And that's what I want you guys to know. Even if you demoeren, breathe. Take a person one side. Talk to a person. Follow the leadership. Follow line of march. Because I was saying to you guys in Etlum, I can't be, like now here they're going to have a vote of no confidence in the president. I can tell you now that thing is going to fail. The vote of no confidence that MK is having against the president, secret or no secret, is going to fail. The vote of no confidence is not against the president. It's against the GNU. It's against the GNU. There's one person that came to talk to me. Hey, G, we need your vote, your people. When we were done speaking, I changed him. He's now going to vote against his own people that sent him. People are struggling out there, but they still believe. Just be patient. Your season is coming. We are fighting here so there can be abundance for all of us. Nou ek los die party. Hardloop, moenie loop van die party af hier. Sprint. Ek gaan maar nou loop, nee, sprint. Sprint. Some of you, what irritates me is when you're amongst gay people, you forget your PA. When you're amongst ANC people, you forget your PA. That maak my dik nar. You can ask people that, you can ask Divan and them, I always make time for PA people, wherever I am. Whether they work in the kitchen, whether they are waiters, whether we're at any function, I always make sure if a PA person is there, I must make them feel validated. I must make them feel seen. I must make them feel hurt. Some of you will say, Pres, jy het nie my mail geantwoord nie, of ek sit nou heel dag en wag vir jou mail. Pres, you didn't answer my mail. You see, favor ain't fair. Let me show you favor ain't fair. I get to Russia. So every person gets 3 minutes to speak. All the ministers around the world. I think 54, if I'm not mistaken, is there. You get 3 minutes to speak. So hey, my 3 minutes come, I speak about South Africa, I speak about G20 and next. So I said, hey, let me go and sleep. I'm tired the evening. I see Chet is trying to get hold of me. Chet is like saying, Minister, the Russian government wants you to speak on the main stage tomorrow. I said, what do you mean, me? Why me? He said, Minister, I don't know, they want you. I didn't go there and beat my chest. Oh, choose me. I went to go speak for all Africans that are there. I went to go speak for all other countries that are there. Favor ain't fair. It was my season. So tomorrow when they take somebody else to speak on the main stage, I can't get angry because it does not, that seasons don't, it's not permanent. It's seasonal. So in the name of God, I'm asking every PA member, die plan gaan aan. This is the time when people, I saw somebody posting was Marius Fransman. People are sending me, people are saying, bye-bye PA. Somebody sent me, says, Press, who's this? I say, I don't know who this is. Let me check the name. I didn't know who they were. But we appreciate them for the time that they were with us. You don't need to swear people that leave us. You need to be angry with them. Let them go. We are not in a prison here. This is not a gang that you can't leave. Things are happening for our people. Our people are sitting on boats now. When I say our people, I'm talking about people that were never considered. People are getting jobs now. People that were never considered for jobs. You know, I look at the rainbow nation I've sent to Russia. Now I make sure all races are included. Die plan moet aangaan. Some of you are here in PA every day. I look at you in PA every day on the group, but there's nothing happening in your area. There's nothing happening in your area. While other patriots are working hard. You know, I got a call when I was in Russia about a friend of mine. Became a friend. He said to me, Minister, tomorrow morning, don't forget. I said, forget what? Massacre. You remember you asked me to fix the netball courts in Enadale? I said, yeah. Here can you on me. He says, we are ready tomorrow to open those netball courts. We fix them. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Yes, of course, I remember. I say, Chet, what netball courts is over here? I said, Minister, right? I said, oh, yes. Because I always think about the people. And they've done that now. So tomorrow we're opening that. We're going to fix the stadium in Yaldus. We're going to come around to all the areas. Alexandra, you must do a pool there. In Alexandra. Why am I telling you this stuff? I'm telling you this stuff to say, we're getting somewhere, Patriots. Money no kom by Zani. Money no kom by Zani as a belief. Work. Some of you look at your enemies like, oh, that person is my enemy. The enemy sometimes is net die land and so. But you so inpomp. That person doesn't like you. She doesn't like you. This is the enemy. Julle kykie. This party is a gangster party. So baie pastore. And, you know, you look at a place like Rege Park in Eden Park. It gave me so much joy to sign stuff for Eden Park and Rege Park. I'll tell you why. Because those people believed in us. like all the other areas. But it's good when they can see change is coming. Ons kom uit die nag toe. Ons kom, we are coming. I promised the people at Kwanabule, I must go there. So patriots, patience is power, and power is patience. Respect each other. Love each other. Be humble with each other. Help each other. You're going to see a person that is only a PA teacher for 3 months now saying, yeah, I was the chairperson at PA, I'm leaving. Chairperson van Chappies. Wat the chairperson was hy? Ons weer nie die persoon was 'n chairperson nie. I started PA. Waar was ons? So I needed to tell you tonight, we are each other's brothers and sisters keepers. We must pray for each other. I heard somebody ask me to comment on the death of Charlie Kirk. Because I see a lot of people commenting on his death, so let me comment. I didn't really know him. I didn't know him. But I listened to some things he said and some things that I would agree with and some that I disagreed with. But I will never celebrate the death of a human being. I will never celebrate the death of a human being. Particularly if I differ with you politically or your views. Because that man has 2 lovely children and a wife. You call yourself Christians or Muslims, but you celebrate the death of God's child. That's not me. My heart goes out to the family, to his children. My heart goes out to the people that supports him. But I will never celebrate the death of somebody that I disagree with. I wouldn't do that. May his soul rest in peace. And I pray for his family. I pray for his children. Because I'm a man with children. And I don't know how they would feel if something happens to me and somebody celebrates. And you must never involve yourself as Patriotic Alliance members in nonsense like that. You can't bid die Here, maar môre as die Here se kind dood is dan is jy bly. I see some of you are laughing for chairperson of chappies. Let me explain to you what I mean with that. Have you ever had a chappie or a gum and you put it in your mouth? It's nicely sweet. As then the flavor goes out, then those are the type of chairpersons. He was sweet when it comes, then the flavor of PA for him goes out and then he goes. So if you wanted to hear my views, here's my view when it comes to Charlie Kirk. I'm deeply sorry for his death. He had views I agreed with, he had views I disagreed with. But even if he was my political opponent, I would never celebrate his death. And you should never. Tomorrow, these things will come up when you lose a family member. Never celebrate somebody's death, even if you disagreed with him. He was brutally killed, and I hope they hang his killer by the neck until he dies. Because justice must be served. You don't kill a man so brutally. You don't kill a man so brutally. I saw those videos. So to all of you, don't go and jump in Facebook things and you see people say bad things about a person. You know, Chet was telling me something so profound. He said, we're driving in Russia. He says, Minister, the biggest question I get from people is, how's it like to work with Minister Gayton Mckenzie? He says he outworks all of us. He says he outworks all of us in the office. I don't know about that, but I'm going to say this to you. I try. As a leader, you must not just give instructions. You must work. You must work and work and work and work and work and work. You must work. So the leaders, we're going to appoint tomorrow. Tomorrow there's not long talk. It's just all the names. In part 2 of the life, we're going to appoint all the leaders tomorrow because the NEC is going to just go through the names. We've established a working committee to check all the names we've put forward, actually, and they will present those names tomorrow to the NEC with our instructions we've given them. I've given them, and the NEC will then have a final say to say, tick, 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 tick. I love you guys. You must never ever doubt my love for you. This is your party. This party is slaying giants. We are giant slayer. We are a David party. Because we're slaying giants. We are David party. Because we're slaying giants. The PA is a giant slayer. The PA is a giant slayer. Of all the things I've achieved in my life, when I die one day, I will tell my master, I was part of the PA. And that will be enough to get me into heaven, I'm telling you. Because this party has changed the lives of so many people. You that is not benefited from this party, be patient. It's coming. Your season is 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 coming. You're the best, guys. When I was at my lowest, you picked me up. And that's what we should do for each other. Salute. I love you. See you tomorrow.